Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Football Talk Reacts, and today I am reacting to another Eric Ray Weather video. In this one, we got the new best playbooks in college football 26. Yo, what's up, man? What's good with you, soccer boy? Say hey to YouTube because this is going to be a YouTube video. I'm actually going to show chat on the screen right here. This will be a YouTube video. So if you guys don't want to miss the live streams, you gotta follow your boy on the social medias, man. We are on Twitch and Kick. So yeah, but let's go. Yep, the new best playbooks. I'm super excited for this one. I always love watching these and giving my thoughts and opinions about different stuff of that caliber. And yeah, let me just see something right quick. All right, yep, we good. All right, without further ado though, let's jump right into this. Let's go.
Opponents, and I'm going to even show you a couple of really good plays from each playbook that you can use to instantly start winning now. Let's start with the two-lane playbook, one of the better playbooks in the game this year. If you like single back, you've got the single back ace double wing, which is a pretty underrated formation if you want to run the ball, but still have some good passes at your disposal. You've also got wildcat in this playbook, which is pretty unique because not every
I gotta say this. This is just a me thing. I'm pretty sure this might be just me thing. I have never been able to successfully run a wildcat offense in Madden, college football, like in none of them. I don't know what it is, but hey, I have never been able to run a successful wildcat offense. Like I've tried it every once in a while, and every time I tried it, I always lose yardage, forgot that I picked that play, or third, I just fumble. It never turns out right for your boy. And I need help with this, chat. And if you guys are on YouTube as well, can you type in the comments and let me know how to fix this problem, please?
playbook has it. But then when you get to
Please.
these shotgun formations, this is where the playbook is really going to shine. You're going to have
Ooh,
a
I love
ton of
shotgun.
really good shotgun formations, which is the main reason this playbook is so good. Starting with formations like the trips tight end offset weak. Very easy to move the ball with this, especially with this play verticals. And then you also
The
have an
verticals.
RPO
What
read
y'all know
bubble.
about the
But two of the
verticals?
very most important formations in this playbook is going to be the bunch tight end. It is the
Yeah, me
best
either.
bunch tight end playbook in
I know,
all of
like
college
I don't
football
know what it
26.
is.
And you've also got bunch wide, which is pretty good as well. So let's start in the bunch wide where you have a ton of really good plays, but something simple I want to look at is the play verticals. Now, all you simply have to do on this play is put your running back on a Texas route, which is Y or triangle, select his icon, and then up on the.
That is one reason why I love the verticals. Everybody wants to go deep, right? But I've said this before. Your running back is so special because of the routes that they can run. And you can get the ball out quick. Alright? He's your safety blanket, but he also can be your number one option. And this is a prime example right here. Alright, right here. This man-to-man defense right here. Alright? Linebacker. Linebacker has to get through this traffic right here. Alright, if he cheats up, they are playing man defense. But if he comes up for some reason, which if you playing against a CPU, that can happen. Even if you playing against regular people, they like to have their linebacker as a blitz guy. I'm sure you've seen it before, but they don't like their linebacker to actually play coverage. They want their linebacker to get that quarterback, right? Or stop the run. So, you put him on the Texas route, 9 times out of 10, he's beating that linebacker. 9 times out of 10, once again, he's being that linebacker. Now, are there some exceptions to that rule? Of course. Anything can happen in the game. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to complete that pass and it's going to be a big play. Hell, I will even say use this in the red zone. Because who goes for verticals in the red zones? Let's be for real, right? You're probably going to do like a little crossing route or a tight end over here, get him to curl like that, right? But this is excellent in any form of, any form, anywhere on the field. This is an excellent play right here, especially in college
D-pad. This
because
is
of the
going to
speed
be super
difference.
hard for most opponents to stop. You have a really good high-low
Facts.
between the running back and the crossing route to the RB receiver. They're both going to do a
Yep.
good job against man,
Look at this right
and
here.
against
Look how
zone
much
you have a
space
nice
he got.
high-low where you'll make the user have to choose one or the other. As you can see, this is just a really good play that is going to annoy opponents. And you'll also sometimes have the A
A lot
tight
of
end
broken
here, which you
controllers
can
over
hit
this
in the
play.
seams quickly like this, which is also really tough to
Gosh,
stop.
come on now.
And now what's great about this is we can audible into the best formation in the playbook, which is the bunch tight end, by pressing the X or square button, going over to the left one time on the D-pad, and now we have the gun bunch tight end, which we could audible into. These two formations together really pack a good 1-2 punch. Now in the bunch tight end, you have a ton of good plays. You have auto motion plays, which are always going to be tough to stop. But a couple plays I want to look at are the mesh dig. I also want to look at the RPO alert bubble and the off tackle. These three plays really tough to stop. With mesh dig, you can pretty much snap the ball as is, and you've got multiple underneath meshing routes, which is going to be great for underneath zone coverage and also
I remember
cooking
last
man
year
coverage.
these plays was
You've also got that
OD.
deep crossing route, which is going to do a really good job against man. As you can see, he absolutely destroys his defender. And if you want, you can always streak the tight end sometimes, which is really just going to create a better opportunity to flood to the right side of the field. You have the underneath drag, the deep crossing route, and then you also have a dig coming over the intermediate area of the field. These three routes right here in unison will be really, really hard for any opponent to stop. Then, of course, that halfback off tackle is actually an underrated run, especially when people like to blitz everybody inside, but this is really a good run that you can take to the outside for some easy yards. And you can't forget about the RPO alert bubble, one of the most overpowered plays in the game. You can hand it off.
This
up the middle
another
for
one.
an
I
inside
can
zone,
never
but the
do
real money here is
RPOs
throwing
right.
this bubble. It's going to be
I always
easy
forget
yards
the buttons.
almost every time. The next playbook we're going to look at is the Michigan playbook, which is one of the most balanced pro-style playbooks in the entire game. You have a few single back formations that you can use to your disposal. You have a bunch of different I forms, so if you're somebody that likes playing both in shotgun and under center, this is definitely the playbook for you. But as you get to shotgun, you really have a lot of good stuff here between some heavy run sets like the wing pair and the wing tight Z and the deuce close. But as you scroll over, you're going to have some really good formations like the bunch strong offset, the bunch X nasty, and others. This playbook is really tough to stop. But I want to look at the bunch strong offset, and I want to look at the play dagger here, because this play alone mixed with the inside zone run, very tough to stop. And all you have to simply do on this play is you want to take the RB receiver and you want to hot route him to a deep cross just like this.
What's good, fun bugs? Welcome to the stream.
Great concept with an underneath drag that can beat man and zone coverage. And then you'll have the crosser over the top that does.
Now, I'm going to explain to a couple of you guys that might not understand why this kills opponents.
To a deep cross.
Right here. If you're playing against somebody online, they absolutely hate these type of routes. And I'm going to tell you why they hate it. Because they don't have patience, right? They want this right here. This is what they want right here. So they can user this guy and pick it off. That's exactly what they want to do. But getting this right here, and you're not going to get that touchdown, right? Well, depending on who you facing, you might, because let's be for real. 95% of us cannot tackle an open field. It just can't happen, right? We are terrible at tackling an open field. Let's be for real. But more times than not, this right here is just a little easy first down right here. You know, and it keeps the ball moving and the time of possession. You know, if you're facing an opponent that you know that you're probably going to have a hard time dealing with, especially on their offensive end, the best way to neutralize that is not have them on the field. Kill them in GTA chat with these routes right here. I'm telling you guys, if you just be a little patient, just a little bit, you're going to win 97, 98% of your games just by this right here. I'm letting you guys know for real. Like, people do not have patience, and the ones that do are the ones that you see win consistently. I'm telling you guys.
Just like this. And what you're going to have here is a great concept with an underneath drag that can beat man and zone coverage. And then you'll have the crosser over the top that does a good job at beating
Look at
both
this right
man
here. Over
and
the
zone
top
coverage
with
as
it.
well for huge
Woo!
gains. If you want to take this a step further, you can streak the running back out of the backfield, which is another good check down option versus zone coverage because he'll kind of leak into the open area just like this, and it can be really annoying for opponents to stop. Then just simply keep them honest with an inside zone run from time to time, and this 1-2 punch can be a pain for the average opponent to defend. And real quick, I did want to mention that we have officially partnered with Civil.gg. If you're looking to win more games in both Madden 26 or College Football 26, you need to check out really good for short yardage situations where you really need a yard or you're on the goal line, you need to score. Look at the fullback dives, look at the halfback leads, the halfback insides. These are very easy, quick runs that you can use when you need a yard or just need inches.
Woo!
They look good. Single back sets in this playbook, so if you're a single back lover, this is a playbook you want to check out. And then in shotgun, of course, you've got a lot of tried and true formations as well, like the bunch strong offset, which we just went over. You can use the dagger play out of this, the same that we just showed in the Michigan playbook. You've also got the box strong and the box offset weak, which are unique. But what I really want to look at for you to get started in this playbook is going to be the single back bunch tight end, because I think this might be the only playbook that has it. It's not in a lot of playbooks, but there's something really tough in this playbook. The stretch alert bubble, which is very similar to the bunch tight end bubble RPO that we showed a few minutes ago. This is just under center. You mix this play with the cross drag passing play, and you're going to give people headaches. So looking at this RPO stretch bubble here, you can run the stretch, which is the best type of run in the game, or you have a bubble screen on the opposite side of the field. So you have two really good threats going opposite ways. That makes it a nightmare for your opponent. If you see that the bubble is there, you want to take it every time because it is an easy 5+ yards and an absolute nightmare to defend. Again, you can see if we have the bubble, we're going to take it even right there where it was defended pretty good. We still got 5 yards because a lot of times the defense just kind of dumbs out on this bubble screen. So as you can see, this is something that you would have to force them to use.
It's tough even in real life. But then if they're
too worried about that, you also have the possibility of popping the one the other way for some easy yards. And mixing that with the cross drag play, I mean, this just becomes a nightmare because you have multiple routes that can easily beat man and zone defense crossing the field. And if you want to make it a flood concept, you can just put the tight end on the streak, and then here you go. You've got an underneath drag, a deeper cross, and a middle of the field dig route. These three routes together are going to be extremely hard for people to stop, especially when they're worried about the run and a bubble screen. And then we've got to talk about the Oregon State playbook. In my opinion, the best shotgun playbook in the game. It doesn't really provide a whole lot under center, but you get to shotgun. You've got some great sets like wing pair, which is very easy to run out of with plays like inside zone, the toss, and the duo. Very tough runs to stop. And as you scroll through this playbook, you've got great formations like Y off trio close. You've got trips tight end offset weak. You've got the bunch A strong, the bunch strong nasty, which does have similar plays like the play dagger that we went over earlier. The same setup still can be applied to this bunch strong nasty. You've also got some other 4 wide receiver sets and empty sets, but what I want to really focus on here is the Y off trio close. I think the easiest formation anybody can run. You've got an inside zone, you've got smash return, and you've got maybe my favorite play, flood. Flood is just such a simple play to run. You really want to check the B and the A receivers, and most people you can beat them simply just looking at these two guys. If you see the B is open on the cut, you take him. He's going to do a pretty good job against a lot of man and zone coverage if it's not shaded down. And then you've got this zig route on the back end, which is money. One of my favorite routes in the game.
It could get real
He's going to beat man, and he's going to get into a soft spot against pretty much any type of zone coverage. So the B and the A tight end right here work really well together. And if somehow those are covered, then you're going to have X on the back end, which should be pretty open. Then you've got smash return, which is kind of the opposite. We've got the tight end and the outside receiver going the opposite way. So this time we will read the tight end first. Easy underneath, he'll beat man, he'll get underneath zones for simple yards. And then you've got the B receiver, which will do a good job at beating man, but also get underneath zones for easy yards just like this.
That's easy money
and then you still have the X receiver and the RB receiver, which are both going to be really good man beaters, or if a user is trying to run with one of the underneath routes, that'll open up the X route behind him. And then if you mix that in with an inside zone to keep them honest, you've got a little scheme here that is going to be an absolute pain to defend in College Football 26. Now that you know about the best playbooks and offensive tips, you're halfway there.
And once again, great video from Eric Rayweather. Let me know in the comments down below or in the chat if you're in the chat right now. Did you learn anything new? And was there anything that you would have added into this video? Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.